Hey yo, this is Dreadwin. Today I'm going to be reviewing two different Amy's from two different toy lines from Jakks Pacific. The Wonder Woman Amy from DC and Rusty Rose from Sonic Prime. First we're going to start off with the Rusty Rose and look at her amazing detailing. Rusty Rose is probably one of my favorite characters, probably my favorite Prime character. I love her badass personality and her sort of coolness factor, and just her design is really cool. I always wanted a metal Amy. I've always wanted metal versions of all the other characters like Shadow, and I think there is a Mecha Knuckles and Tails doll or whatever, but more metal versions of these characters would be nice. But anyway, you got her basically standard like dress and boot outfits, but roboticized. She got metal gauntlets with silver hands on one side. She got the grill eye and then metallic quills. Instead of pink, her outfit is like blood red, I guess. Silver and white legs. It's pretty cool design overall. And her articulation is basically like every other Prime figure. Elbows, knees. I always liked the 5 inches because of the articulation and the better size. Anyway, let's move on to Wonder Woman Amy, who is just as good as the silver I reviewed. Same kind of articulation as like the silver in the movie figures. Head, waist, elbows and arms, even the hands, knees. Her color palette's also basically just Wonder Woman. You got red, blue, red, gold. You got the standard Amy look for the actual character. White arms, pink legs, pink quills. Pretty standard for Amy. She does have a frown though, which is the same as the other figure. Which I guess this is the kind of character they want for this. Like these versions, like more serious, which I'm fine with. I like a serious Amy. One thing I wish, I don't think Rusty has any hammer in the actual show, but I do wish that the Wonder Woman Amy came with a hammer. I don't know if she has one in the comic book, but come on, you can't give her a hammer like a Wonder Woman style hammer. No, I don't think any Amy figure has a hammer except for like the Jakks Pacific modern one. But whatever. The design and the figure itself is still good. Same great articulation and all that. Anyway, whoops. I do think that these are like the best Amy figures I've ever owned. The only other one I have is like the Black Rose figure and like the classic Jakks one. But in terms of like articulation, detailing, especially Rusty Rose, at least for detailing, Rusty Rose is the best. For articulation, the Wonder Woman Amy is the best. But yeah, these are like the best Amy figures I've owned. I really love the 5-inch line. I wish Jakks would just do that instead of saving it for like specialty figures like TV shows or crossover comics and movies. Which hopefully movie 4 will have 5-inch again. But, there's going to be more characters. But, you never know. Anyway, it's been Drennan. I hope you enjoyed that review of these two Amy's. And I'm out.